Hello, everyone. Gandhi is quoted as saying, "It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver." Thomas Fuller said, "Health is not valued until sickness comes." As a patient, a caregiver, and a health professional, I have truly learned how precious health is. And over the years, as I gained experience in managing of hospital, doctor bills, navigating the health system, and having knockout, drag out sessions with insurance companies, somewhere along the lines, I found myself warning others what the cost of being sick meant. My advocacy has grew into assisting anyone who found themselves fighting an illness and needed a friend to stand beside them who has fought a similar battle. As a healthcare professional, I was lost in a broken system and knew there needed to be more guidance, and my advocacy seed began to grow. I started my advocacy by hosting my raw emotions of what I was going through on Facebook to friends that I really didn't want to hear me complain anymore. Before long, I started a YouTube channel where I decided to get intimate and share my truth of being a chronic pain patient since childhood and the journey I was on for an intrathecal pain pump implant. I often share Christine Meseradino's spoon theory and refer to my channel friends as spoonies, a term for chronic illness patients. I named my channel Health Tea Spoonie. Get it? I spill the tea not only as a chronic pain patient, but all sides of the healthcare system failing us as patients. I found a passion in advocating healthcare costs, the system, and it's something we must discuss so they know it needs changed. Talking on YouTube has become therapeutic for me to share my thoughts and stories, and I have found some great people who have outreached to me and shared their own stories. It begins to build a community. I became involved with NPAF early in 2019, and I had my first real NPAF advocate event in November 2019 when I hosted a Get Covered health fair in my small rural community. I outreached to local doctors, pharmacies, and clinics to gain traction for my little events, and unfortunately, the businesses had confirmed to be participating no-showed my events. To make me feel worse, I had one person show up that day. I felt so defeated when I shared with my NPAF group how I only had one person show up for assistance with her insurance. But then a wonderful NPAF leader let me know how impactful I was to that one person. I thought the day was a failure, but hindsight, I was able to spend one-on-one time with this one woman and help not only her, but we discussed her sister, her family, and I was able to help deeper than I could see at the time. It was a good first event. Recently, I was a guest on Snow Company's live Facebook event, I Am a Patient, where I discussed my chronic illness, my son's illness, and coping during the pandemic. Last month, I spoke with Ashley on NPAF's podcast, episode 3, The Domino Effect of One Person Making a Difference. These invitations came by starting my journey with sharing my story. Don't underestimate the power of your story. It has an advocacy to make changes and inspire others. This year, I know advocacy can be a little difficult. It's not just been a difficult year for our fellow advocates, spoonies, caregivers, etc., but just for people in general. Yes, even the healthy ones. Knowing that my small rural community was asking the questions on where they could find food to cover their medications for the month, cover their new virtual fees from their provider, and some just hungry from the loss of their jobs, I decided to set up a Gleaner's mobile truck to come to our community and hand out food. They were happy to come out and offer to drive-through service. We were able to help people fill their pantries and fridges and then afford the things they really needed to, such as medicine. Gleaners has still been coming to our community once a month and has agreed to continue to come until December. It has made a huge difference in the health community by adding food. Don't be afraid to do as much as you feel driven and inspired to do, and don't feel defeated if you have multiple days where your illness is a high gear or you're tired out from caregiving to your loved one and need a month off. Your place in making a path in advocacy will still be there for you to lead. To close, let me leave you with this. It's okay if your advocacy only impacts one. Your effect on them will continue to be impactful even if you don't see it happening. It really happens. Advocacy is to change what is into what should be. And we all know our journey with NPAF is on the road to big changes within healthcare. Thank you.